Hi everyone, welcome. Said my mic is muted, sorry. So grateful to have you all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Um, let's get into this. I'm really excited to be doing this. Let me start this from the beginning. I'm doing an update on where are they now. Um, One Direction members. So please like this on your way in. Grateful to have you all. Welcome, welcome everybody. Hi, I will have timestamps up when it started, so check the comment section for that if you're watching rewatch, excuse me. Okay, so yay! Hi everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome. Looks like everything's working just fine. My mic's working fine, and so forth and so forth. So I've pulled up all the charts, and I'm going to go by one. And I'm going to do like the general energy with each other and so forth and so forth. So I'm going to start with Zayn because I feel like we haven't done an update on him in a while. And yeah, so let me just pull up his chart. I'll pull it up here. Let me share my screen so you can see it. Okay, so here's his chart. His sun is in Capricorn, his moon is in Virgo, and his rising is in Pisces. It's also very interesting to see his Jupiter um, is in Libra. Lots of like Earth, lots of Earth in his chart actually. Air and some fire. Very little water like me. Where I only have one placement in water, and it's the same as him, Pluto, because it's generational. I think every 30 years they said it changes. So yeah, makes a lot of sense. Okay, so back to this. Actually, I'll just leave it up. I'll leave up his chart. So, with that being said, let me shuffle the cards. See where is he now? Where is he now? I did say he has some new music coming up. And a song just dropped of his, which is really exciting too. More is going to come out. I said that, and I really feel like next year is going to be Zayn's comeback year. Just wait for it. I'm really excited for him. So, Nine of Coins, the Emperor, and the Hermit. So he's getting things together right now. He was, I believe, the first to leave One Direction. And I think since then he's felt like an outsider in general. I said this a lot about when I've done updates about him. He can come across as being hard to work with because he has a high bar for work ethic. His sun being in Capricorn, and let's see the rest of his chart. I just have to look at the screen. And his moon is in Virgo. Lots of Earth. So in general, Earth signs have a lot of they're very work oriented people, and I think with that work ethic, a lot of people don't really, I want to say, relate to him, but they kind of get annoyed by him because he's very rigid. Not in a bad way, he just likes to stick to structure. But a lot of people, I've learned this myself in work situations, when you hold them to a high standard, they get angry with you. And I think that's why he doesn't really work well with a lot of people because he has a high standard. And I think that's one of the reasons he left One Direction, you know. So, with the Fool at the bottom of the deck, like I said, next year is going to be a great year for him. Really, really wonderful year for him. Yeah, I see lots of music, him being critically acclaimed. He's just testing the waters right now to see if the public has forgiven him for what happened between he and Gigi. But I definitely feel like by next year, they will have forgiven him, and lots of good things on the horizon for him. I can see that very strongly. Nine of Cups, Queen of Wands in reverse, and the Empress. So, also regarding his love, I've said this too. I predict this that I strongly believe he and Gigi will end up together. I've stayed adamant in that. I strongly believe it. After some time, and both of them can be very stubborn. One has a Capricorn, the other is a Taurus, that are known to be stubborn signs. Once they resolve their issues, they humble themselves enough, they will end up back together. And I rarely say that about any celebrity couple. I think they're the only ones that I've said that about, actually. So let's move on. I'd love to hear what to say. Next, we're going to move on to Harry Styles. Now I have one last thing. I just want to see how he feels about his bandmates, because a lot of you have been asking me that. Especially if you're watching replay, and a lot of you can't watch when I do my lives. But I have been asked to do this a lot. Like, ask this particular question. And how does Zayn feel about his other bandmates? Okay, so he kind of still feels Ace of Swords, Seven of Cups, Seven of Coins, Queen of Coins. He kind of feels, was the manager, if any of you know this that are currently watching this or are going to be watching live, do any of you know if the manager was a woman? Because I see there's a woman that's dealing with their finances that he feels like came in between them. He feels like somebody, and it looks like a woman, came in between him and his fellow bandmates. And that really upset him, Ace of Swords. I see a woman, so I don't see it being Simon Cowell. I see it being a woman. So if any of you know that, there's definitely a woman that came in between them. It could be a business manager. It could be somebody that was dealing with finances, it looks like, that didn't have their best interest at heart, he felt like. And that's why he ended up leaving. So let's move on. We're going to move on to hold on. I'm going to move on to, what's his name? Oh my god, Harry Styles. That's it. Okay, so I'm going to continue this. Add to stage. There we go. Harry Styles. So, a lot of you have been asking me, like I said, to do this live. I'm grateful that I did it. With that being said, I keep up a lot with Harry in general. And when I keep up with Harry, I feel like I don't really talk that much about One Direction, what happened with him. So first, let's look at his chart. I'm going to share my screen. So I know he's Sun in Aquarius. I know that a lot. Sun in Aquarius. So the most looked for. Isn't that so interesting? Beyonce. Oh, let's see. Doja Cat. Oh, interesting. Those are the most looked for. Okay, Sun in Aquarius. Moon in Libra. Lots of Aquarius, like I've said before. Lots of air. You see? Wow. Sun in Aquarius, Mercury in Aquarius, Venus in Aquarius, Mars in Aquarius. Its rising is in Libra. Wow. Then I have a very similar chart. It's very weird to see. Except I only have one Scorpio. So I get his Scorpio. I can actually see his Scorpio. I can see that actually quite a bit. So let's see. Where is he now? What's he up to? Okay, so I'll show you guys the cards. It's just shuffled. I'm going to show you now. Queen of Wands, Three of Coins, and Knight of Wands. So being entertained by some female energy. I actually have an update coming up soon about him and Taylor Russell. Be entertained by female energy, not taking things too seriously. I see and I did say this before, I've done an update on him. I see him venturing off into different businesses. I see fashion. I see something to do with fashion, art. I see art. He might be selling some NFT artwork. Yeah, I see him selling, auctioning, like stuff like that. Doing auctions for charity. The bottom of the deck is, Aquarius. We love to do things for charity. It's like, makes us feel so good when we do things for charity, or for for the general well-being of everybody. So the bottom of the deck being Eight of Cups and the Hermit. I see here manifestation. He's manifesting a lot. I think he's manifesting his at some point in his life. I think he wants to stop working. Obviously, will do, but working for others. And I think, and I did see this before. I strongly feel like he wants to do his own thing, work for himself, live his own life, not necessarily have agents, but be at the place in his life where he doesn't really need people's um how do I say this? People's opinions of him in order to succeed. And that's very Aquarius, let me tell you. That's why I feel like, and I'm so humbled and honored that some of you have said this. Some of you have said that I'm the best Harry Styles reader, and the reason why, because I'm an Aquarius too. I'm a Sun in Aquarius. Our chart's actually very similar, like I said. And as a Sun in Aquarius, let me tell you something. I let me see, Sun in Aquarius. Wait, that's him? No. That's not him. Hold on. I was looking at the wrong one. Okay, Moon and Libra, but he has a lot of Sun. He has a lot of Aquarius, and that Aquarius energy is very. We can read each other a lot. Sometimes I hear people describe themselves, and I'm like, that person is an Aquarius, and I'm like, when's your birthday? They're like, January, end of January, early February. And I'm like, I knew it. In fact, one of my birthday twins that I used to work with, I heard him speaking the one day when we first met a long time ago. And he was like, as much as I love people, they drain me. And I love interacting with people. When I go home, I just want to do nothing. And I was like, oh my gosh, you're an Aquarius. He was like, yes. I was like, when's your birthday? It's like February 6th. I was like, I'm February 6th. So every time I heard, because he used to love talking about himself. So when I would hear him talk about himself, I was like, you're an Aquarius. But not in a bad way. He wasn't a selfish person. He just used to love explaining himself to people, So that's why I've been able to understand Harry the way I have. So now let's see how he feels about his bandmates. Let's see. Okay, so I feel like Page of Coins. I love this deck so much. I'm using the Crystal Magic Tarot. I'm so in love with this deck. Page of Coins, Knight of Cups, and Two of Swords. So a part of him feels kind of betrayed. Feels betrayed. He also gets the Fool card at the bottom of the deck to move on. So a part of him feels betrayed. And a part of him feels like, wow, they took advantage of me. He feels taken advantage of. He feels like, especially with Page of Coins, his weaknesses were used against him. I see, and it's inevitable when you're living closely with people. I can only imagine being on a tour bus with certain people. It would drive me nuts, honestly, dealing with people like that. Like bunk bed situation, and for 6 months you're constantly with the same people every day, every night. It's very annoying, especially because Aquarius, we need our alone time. We're very big on alone time. So I can only imagine how he feels, how he has felt being around people that he feels like took advantage of him, and Aquarius, and I've just experienced this myself. I tell people all the time, I'm sweet, but don't get on my bad side. And I'm telling you this because he is like this. I recently had a situation where somebody took advantage. I felt like they were taking advantage of me, and I snapped, and people were like so shocked because I'm usually very calm. But Aquarius, when we are annoyed and we get to that point, there's no going back. And I see him being like that. We're very big on reciprocity, very big on justice, very big on I give to you, you give to me. When we see people being selfish and being just me type of people, it makes us snap. And that's what I see with him. I see like him being the mediator between him and other bandmates, and him being like, you're not being fair. You know, we're all about fairness and we're all about justice. So whenever we feel like things are not fair, situations aren't fair, we're very big to call it out. And I see that happening with him. He's very big to call it out. So that's how I see him feeling right now. I'm going to change the deck that I'm using. And let's move on to who's next. Let's see who I have next. I think it's Niall. Let's see. Oh yeah, Niall. Okay, so let's move on to Niall. Again, if you're watching, please like the video. And I'm telling you, the Aquarius side, like people don't believe me. They're, oh, you're so sweet, and I'm like, I warn people, don't get on my bad side, because I can really, really be nasty to people that I feel like are being nasty. But yeah, that's just the way it goes. Okay, I'm gonna stop share. Now I'm gonna share this one. Uh-oh, wrong one. Hold on. Okay, for now. So awesome. So look here. His sun is in Virgo. I didn't know his sun is in Virgo. Moon is in Leo. Interesting. Rising is in Libra. A lot of famous people have their rising in Libra. Lots. They say Libra and Taurus, like rising Libra and Taurus. I don't know if this is true, but are usually very good with music. Like good with not music, but like dancing, following steps, which makes a lot of sense actually. Okay, so let me see how he feels. How he feel? I mean, excuse me, where is he now? And I saw he's actually doing the voice, right? And he was born. Is he from Ireland? I met someone the other day that said that they knew him. Excuse me. Yeah, I said that they knew him. I didn't really do that much into it. She seemed very sweet, but I don't know if it's true. And I don't like to, be invested like that. But yeah, let's get into it. I can see his moon in Leo. I've never actually done a reading on him. So let's see what he's been up to. So shadow work, Ace of Swords, Page of Pentacles. I'm using the Moon Child Tarot, by the way, which I just have now put up for all of the people that are members and comment the most. I have for this month, I'm doing a giveaway. So I'm going to give away, if you're a member and you comment the most in your social media, you live in the USA, I'm going to be sending you the Moonchild Tarot deck, a brand new one, so beautiful. Let me actually show you the deck. It is stunning, really, really pretty. So those who comment the most, that are members. Okay, so shadow work, Ace of Swords, Page of Pentacles. So I see here, he's very quiet energy. I see like a girlfriend, a wife/girlfriend, that kind of energy. And investing, Page of Pentacles, in his future. 10 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. I think he just wants to be similar to Harry. Now, I think one day he just wants to be alone, have a farm, not really have anybody bother him. He's big on physical work, and I think that's very Sun in Virgo. I think he wants to own a farm, like I said. I think his parents might own a farm. That's the energy or like a resort kind of thing. That's what I'm getting. But he just wants to be humble. He's very humble. I get very good energy from him. Eight of Swords, Divine Wisdom. He's a very easygoing, sweet, non-drama kind of person. And he just likes to learn a lot. I think he's close with his dad too. I see that, and or a masculine figure that's older than he is, and he learns a lot from other people and their experience. He doesn't talk a lot. I see him not talking a lot, but just watching people and learning. So let's see what he has learned, how he feels about his fellow bandmates. Let's see. But he too can have an answer. I mean, all of us do. But some of us, it's very hard to believe. People don't believe that I have that side to me, but I really, really can. Okay, so let's see how it feels about his. Okay, so 3 of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, 9 of Swords, and Reverse. He is the type to not really, and I think he's working on it, but he doesn't. He kind of likes to underestimate how mean and nasty people can be, And I think that's a very masculine thing, I think he's like, you know what? As long as I have this, as long as I have that, I'm fine. I think it's also his parents might have come from nothing. His parents are having lots of money, and he's just grateful to have anything. That's good, but it also means that with boundaries and really establishing himself, he has difficulty because he's an easy go, easy lucky kind of person. 5 of Cups, the bottom of the deck. Sometimes he feels alone, even though he's with a lot of people. He feels alone, especially with his bandmates. I think he felt alone a lot. I think if they ever had a reunion, he would be like, yeah, why not, And he's just very quiet. And with his quiet comes like he hides how he really feels. So sometimes he can feel resentful, stuff like that. He gets like bitter, but he won't show it. It just like festers inside of him, which is very Sun and Virgo actually. Very, very Sun and Virgo. He won't say how he really feels. He'll just like keep it inside, and then it just like grows and grows and grows. So let's move on to who's next. Oh yes. Liam Payne. Wow. I think he's a lot of Virgo too, right? Lots of Earth signs. Liam Payne is a handful. What a handful. That guy is something else. I'm gonna go back to either the crystal or the tarot. It just fits better on my surface that I'm using. Okay, so let's share screen. Liam Payne. You guys are so quiet today. If you're watching, I'd love to hear a comment. If you have anything to say, I'm gonna talk to you. Okay, so Liam Payne, yeah, he is a Virgo. Interesting. So his sun is in Virgo, moon is in Aquarius. His rising is in Scorpio. Interesting. Okay, so he's got like a mix of different signs. It's not just more Earth dominant, more Air dominant. It's very balanced. I can definitely see the rising in Scorpio. I have been accurate a lot about what I said about him. Watch my other videos about him that I've done. He's, like I said, a handful. I think he just, I don't know. I think also his Venus in Leo makes him very chaotic in relationships that I've seen. Okay, so where is he now? The Ace of Cups, Justice, and 3 of Swords. So I had done an update, and I said that he was going to break up with his girlfriend. Do you guys know if he broke up with her or not? As I always tell you guys, I am very into reality TV, so I keep up with that. I don't really keep up with other stuff. So let's see if he was with this girl. Let me see if they're still together. Woman, rather, not girl. And I said they were going to break up, and somebody messaged me that they did break up. Let's see. Okay, so they did break up. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so that's what I see. But I see her like threatening him to release something, the justice card, to release something and tell them something about. I think they had like a really bad fight, and he might like punched a wall, and she's going to say, "Oh yeah, he tried to punch me, and things got physical." She's got some story she wants to come out with that he's threatening her to not come out with. Nine of Cups at the bottom of the deck, which is about the past, usually past relationships. He's really like telling her, "Don't come out with a story. I'm going to ruin your life." Basically, he's got a nasty temper. I can see that. It is intuitive based, but that's what I see. Very nasty, very, very nasty temper. Rage, inner rage. Which sometimes I can see on burgers. I was just talking about that, you know? Sometimes some burgers, they keep quiet. But with him, the difference between him and Niall will just keep quiet in general. But him, I think because his moon is in Leo, will just be like, bleh. And Jupiter Libra. He'll just one day just be like, bleh, that's how I feel, man. I think also when he drinks too. And his North Node is in Sagittarius. Interesting. So that also has a part to do with it. To do with the drinking. So 10 of Coins, the Death, and King of Cups in reverse. So he really needs to focus on not being so judgmental on people, with people, and on himself, because I can see that a lot. And this girl, I don't know, this woman, excuse me, is going to come out and say stuff about him. And it's not going to be nice. Let me tell you about that. So let's see how he feels about him and his family. Let's see. Excuse me, how he feels. Interesting. It's just awesome. So he feels like he lost out on money. Wow, he's really a bitter person. I saw about 2 years ago, I did a video on him, and I said that he feels like he's just very what's the word? Resentful. Very resentful. He feels like he got the short end of the stick. He feels like things could have worked out better for him. It's not good. He's full of rage, full of rage, and towards everyone, really. And it's very unfortunate. Because, I don't know if he's in therapy, but I would highly recommend that. Okay, so next is, last but not least, is Louis Tomlinson, who I didn't want to put last. I just went in the order of everyone. I'm going to share the screen. Okay, so his sun is in Capricorn, moon in Leo, interesting. Rising in Gemini. Okay, wow. I'm actually going to use Star Child Tarot for this. So I see like very whimsical energy, which must be the rising in Gemini. Very whimsical energy. I see him establishing himself where he lives, you know. So he might have like bought an apartment, bought a house. He wants to solidify himself. And what's his moon again? Okay, moon is in Leo. Interesting. So with King of Crystals, which is in this deck, it's in the traditional deck it's Pentacles, in this deck it's Crystals, the Moon, and Starseed. I see very strongly that I see very cheerful, and that's probably the Moon and Leo, very cheerful, fun energy, you know, like playful energy, getting out there, doing photography, yeah, just being fun, trying to be fun as much as possible, and not really letting anything get him down. He's getting his finances together, which is really good. Really, really good. Oh, Sun and Capricorn, of course. Like I've always said, this Capricorns are great at getting their finances together. Really, really good at that. But he's very serious about it. Very, very serious. So let's see how he feels about his bandwidth. He's the type that he's like, okay, if I want to sing, I'll sing. But if not, like I shouldn't have to be dependent on it. It's really good. So let's see. Okay, so Knight of Cups, Eight of Crystals, Ace of Wands. So he feels, I think he's one of the only ones, him and Niall are the only ones that don't feel like they were taken advantage of or have any resentment towards their fellow bandmates. With Knight of Cups, he feels like, I got lucky. I got lucky, I got chosen, and Ace of Wands, and it gave me opportunity. And he doesn't really focus. That's something I need to work on. That I am working on, excuse me. He doesn't really focus on other people's attention. It's a Sun and Aquarius thing. I'm Sun and Aquarius. Sometimes we focus too much on other people, but we need to really focus on what we're going to get out of it, And he's very good at doing that. He's like, you know what? Personality-wise, they're not for me, but I'm not going to hop on about it. So even though I see them having disagreements, 10 of Swords, 9 of Wands, and 9 of Crystals, even though I see him having disagreements, he's like, you know what? I still lucked out of it. And yeah, that's what I think. I like that. I like that approach a lot. That's what I have for you all. It's been such a pleasure. If you're watching replay, please let me know what you think. If you want me to keep doing these, next week I'm back to doing famous exes. It's been so fun doing them. I just wanted to break up doing it for just a little bit, and I will be back again very soon, well, next week, with another famous ex. So if you have famous ex you want me to do a video on, just let me know in the comment section. I will look back at it. And let me know what you think about my evaluation on the One Direction members. Okay, bye everybody. I'll be back soon to do my tarot class. And like I said, I'm giving away for members new tarot deck worth $60. I'm going to send it to all of you, well, those of you that live in the USA and who have social media and who comment the most on my videos. So I love you all. Take care.